Hi there, welcome to Lesson 9. In this lesson, we continue to explore color and create a very simple still life, but apply a lot of the things that you've learned in the previous lessons. So let's get started. Here are three examples of the type of still life that you'll be drawing. All of them are in the Edwards book, so you can take a look at them in more detail in the textbook, but I wanted to include them here. The color mixing is really important, obviously, in these drawings, and noticing how the shadows interplay and also the highlights. And when you look at objects that have light on them and are next to other objects, you'll see that there is kind of a natural color mixing. Our eyes notice this and we just take it for granted. But what you'll need to do in this lesson is to heighten your awareness so that you really see those subtle color interchanges and the mixing that you'll need to do. Another thing I'd like you to notice is that there's an absence of something. Well, actually, it's an absence of harsh lines. Now, this might seem kind of counterintuitive because we started this course talking about the importance of lines. But when we're getting into color, we're actually working with shapes of color. So how these shapes meet one another and interact with one another, that's really what we're studying here. So doing a very light drawing just to place the object that you're drawing in the context and make sure that you understand what it is that you're including and excluding in your drawing, that's certainly fine. But then you'll want to either slightly erase those lines or just get rid of them altogether and work with the color. I'd like to take a look at these two examples. The one on the right is Edwards. So of course it's beautifully done and it is in the textbook. You can take a look at the process that she follows. That's the process you will be following. You'll be doing the three iterations of this, your still life, starting with very rough and then gradually adding more detail and then finishing with detail and capturing the subtleties in your image. The image on the left, there are harsh lines and also the use of black in the shadows instead of using complementary colors or some other kind of colors in there. And you can see what a difference that makes. There's some use of highlight and an attempt to capture some of the subtleties with the lights and shadows, but that use of harsh outlines and black really destroys the image. And when you see them side by side like this, you can really tell the difference. So we're striving for something like what we see on the right and hoping to avoid some of the pitfalls that you see on the left. All four of these still life drawings use the complementary colors of red and green. Take a look at each one of them. It really doesn't matter whether you're drawing something very simple like a cup of liquid or the grapes or the lemon or something more complicated like the still life. You can use the complementary colors to enhance the image, help it come alive, and keep it from just being boring. We don't want boring images. We want lively images. So I look forward to seeing your still life and seeing how you've managed to avoid the pitfalls and use complementary colors to create lively values and exciting highlights.